In this episode, people begin to get murdered. Denmark is on the brink of destruction while Norwegian German tanks are ploughing through and slaughtering many. People apparently want tanks from me, the Austro-Hungarians, and the Serbians, and hopefully we can rinse them for lots of money. It's going to take us 24,000 days to finish a contract. This thing looks lovely. This one is all blue. Researching is taking forever, but would you look at that? We're getting somewhere. You must love gaming because you are watching this video, so why not save yourself some money and get on Instant Gaming? They have everything you could possibly want. The new stuff, the pre-order stuff, and the classics. Honestly, you're missing out if you don't get on here. There's a link down below in the description. You can thank me later. Arms trade tanks tycoon again. Last episode we figured out how extensive it is to actually do a full design of a tank and the best they can get, but now we have further issues. So we did this, which took a rather bloody long time, which did my head in, but it should be hopefully much worth it. Now we need to do something similar, but with the medium whippet and the the Hornet, essentially. This shouldn't take half as long, because half of the work has already been done. So the tracks for the little whippet are the whippet the whippet tank track. There it is. Maximum weight of 16 ton. The idler, we're going to go for the improved cast idler. It's the most reliable. It goes up a hill. Not the most agile, but it'll do the job well. Mud chutes, which are these things in there. I don't think I'm going to bother, to be honest, because they're bloody damn heavy. And the main thing I get from them is cross-country speed, as it shafts the mud out of the side, but it makes them more unreliable. So do I just not bother? Maybe? The sprocket at the end. We shall go for a bolted sprocket. It increases the agility and cross-country speed and improves the reliability marvellously. We'll go for the lightest rollers. They're just so bloody expensive. Essentially, there you can see, keeps the track in line. And then we have the grousers. We'll go for these. We'll put these on the other one. The traction efficient grouser. They add the least amount of weight and seem to do the best in terms of stats-ish, mostly, depending what you're after. Essentially, just a lot of bloody spikes on the damn thing. Looks like a bit like what spikes on your trainers, or I was going to say the chains for ice on the trucks. If you've ever watched Ice Road Truckers, similar sort of deal. And for these, there's no armor that we can stick on, which I find interesting, unlike the big juicy ones that we could do before. Now the Hornet, I reckon these are going to get used on many things. One of the main reasons why I want to use them, or get a nice juicy model, well, I've got again go for the improved cast idler, the improved traction efficient grouser, the spikes. Mud chutes will not bother. Similar thing, we'll go for the light springs because they're better, and we shall go for the bolted sprocket. Yet again, no armor on this thing, so if they get shot there, then they're going to get slapped in the face. A machine gun will probably shred them to pieces. Now we're talking engine. To be honest, I don't quite know what fits in. I'll have to experiment slightly just to make sure that we don't waste time. So it looks like the engine that could fit in this hull, the best one would be the Ricardo 150 horsepower engine, which is the same weight as the 105 horsepower engine, so we're definitely going to be going with that. In the Whippet, again, also, hey, what's changed here? Oh, it's got a nice shot. the... Oh! Alright, well, we've got a British flag under the component, because it is a British component. That is a new thing. It has been updated since. Nice. Right, well, again, it's the Ricardo 150 horsepower engine, so we only need to tickle one, which is this one. Just filter on them. That one. The big one goes in the big tank. That can fit in both of them, so we'll definitely be going for that. So what we're going to bung in it? Well, I would try and stay away from the asbestos side brakes. That can't be good for them. I suppose in this day and age, though, nobody knew anything about it, really. So we'll go for that. I think we'll go for the standard improved brake. Stealth is reduced, everything else is increased, which is exactly what I want. The radiator, we want the lightest one, which is the truck radiator. More reliable as well. The operational range reduces, but I don't really care too much about that. We can stick a carby on there. We'll go for the heated atomizer carburetor because we then have a good reliability rating as well. The flywheel is probably going to have to be the coated flywheel. Gives the best stats in reliability and maneuvering around. Then we have the transmission itself. Would very much like to avoid what the Germans did. We'll just go for an improved gearbox as it's also half a ton lighter than the other one. That is going to be helpful. And that engine will fit in both tanks. Now we've done the machine guns, which is all what they can hold anyway. We've done the primary weapons, which is again all they can hold anyway. We don't think I need to tickle any of the stuff in here because that's mainly for the big heavy tanks. So now it would legit be sticking one a little bit together. So we are way up. Would you like to create a draft? Yes. So we're going to have it made out of that good steel, the good one. The improved rivet assembly, that's always good. We want ammunition storage in there to make sure we can murder more people with. The naval rangefinder, didn't like that. We'll go for the armoured... jeez, I can't say things today apparently. The flappy panels for communication, we shall go for the desk... No, we should... that reduces... There, the simple one. Stealth is reduced, but we get to keep the transportability and the crew safety. We'll give them some wireless headsets as well. That's going to be useful. Ammunition, not additional fuel, there you go. All stashed in there. We've got a hinged flap. We can go for a thickened flap. Who doesn't like a good thick flap to have to try and penetrate? That will reduce the communication, but we've got the radios anyway. But it will improve the aiming, the safety, somehow the agility, and everything else. Now we have air intakes. We'll go for the extended fuel, not fuel intakes, the air intakes, as that will provide a little bit more reliability, even though the side thickness is reduced. The hatch at the top, which is here, we're going to go for a spring-assisted hull hatch. Means that it can get out the damn thing, hopefully. It improves the ricochet quite a bit, but it does reduce the thickness of the armour. Do I go for that then? The other two here, they do improve crew safety more and the armour and everything, but the reliability of the damn thing is reduced. Well, looking at this, top thickness with the spring-assisted hull hatch is 2. Then with the 2-piece one, so it's essentially a double plate, it goes up to 9. We're going to have to go for that just for the protection of the crew. The escape hatch at the back, we'll go for the reinforced door. And I'm not sticking a crappy tail wheel on it, absolutely not. So we don't quite know how much we'll be able to stick on this, so what we're going to have to do is do a light, heavy, and a medium, just like what we did with the other one in the last episode. Alrighty, so the hulls now, we have the light, medium and heavy, all identical apart from the arm protection. The medium one has lots of girth at the front, and the heavy one has lots of girth at the front and the side. All weighing a lot more respectively, so we'll just see what we have in terms of wriggle room really. So that is the Whippet hull. Now we can have a look at the Hornet hull. Similar thing, good thick steel, the improved rivets, ammunition, the armoured capula, and we have the simple flappy paddles, like the ones the most, additional fuel, the thickened flap, the extended air intake, that's already done it for me, the two-piece hatch, yes. Ooh, we have options. We could stick a anti-grenade roof on it, but I'm not going to bother with that. I'm going to go for the block of wood. It's light and it still does the job. We're not going to bother with a shitty tail wheel. Well, that was easy. Well, we can save that. Then do the same thing with the different armor levels. There we have it. Light, medium and heavy. The light one weighs just under 12 ton and the heavy one weighs just over 15 ton. That is the ridiculous amounts of armor that we can stick on the damn thing. This is the one which we are currently producing. If you watched the first episode, I think it was, you'll see how this is going to compare to the one that we are about to build. I don't quite know, we'll have to find out. So we can choose the different levels of all sorts. We'll go for the light one for now, just to see how we can squeeze things in. The engine, we can slap that in, which is the new one. The new track, which is nice. The turret, armored seal turret. Oh yeah, you can stick a turret on these, I think. You must be able to. But that is unlocked when you grab some of the French or the German stuff, which is a shame. Our machine gun that we've made lots of, there we go, 4 of them in there, nice. And the weight is close. What hull did we put on? That was the light one as well, flipping heck. Doesn't look like we're going to be able to stick the heavier armoured one in, which is a bit of a shame. Ooh, unless... I thought it was going to let me put the Hornet tracks on this then. Unfortunately not. Well, the crew, we can only have 4 people. We need a driver, we need a commander, we're going to need a gunner and a mechanic. That will have to do, unfortunately. We can only select 1 type of ammunition. That is a damn shame. So it's going to be important to what we go for then. So looking at one of the machine guns here, the main things that we can affect is the damage and the kinetic penetration. So if we go for a steel core cartridge, the penetration then goes through the roof to 15. That is nice. That can hurt many of the tanks, at least damage them. I honestly think we should go for that. So if you get put up against other tanks, yeah, we're going to need to do it. So that's that. And then we're going to go for the... What did I choose last time? Was it truck fuel? No, it couldn't have been. Armoured car fuel? It must have been the aviation. I can't quite remember now. Oh, reliability of the power unit. Yeah. That's the repairability, the crew safety. It's going to have to be the aviation fuel. I don't know if I clicked that last time. I'm going to have to find out now. And then we've got the oil, which we just bung in. So looking at it, we're only half a ton away from the absolute maximum on the design limit for the track, which means we cannot add any more armor. The next upgraded one up is an extra ton and a bit. There's no way. But that is a new Whippet, and it is slightly better than the one that we have produced, which I'm happy with. Now it's time for the Hornet. We'll go for the light hull first. The engine, we're going to have to go for that Picardo one, as we can't stick in the even bigger one in, which is a damn shame. The tracks, technically you can stick a Whippet track on, but it's too heavy. You're not going to win with that. We'll go for these, in which case we can, and already that hull seems a bit heavy. That is a damn shame. We're not going to be able to stick on more armor on it either, but we can stick many machine guns on it, which is marvelous. There we go. 5 of them, was it? Yeah, not bad. Crew, we need a commander. We're going to have a driver. We're going to probably need 2 gunners. Somehow they can operate 2.5 guns each. A mechanic. Now, do I go for another person in there, a gunner mechanic, just to try and fill in those gaps? Yeah, sod it, that'll do. That'll have to do. Again, with the ammunition, we're going to go for the steel core cartridge to hopefully damage other enemy tanks, aviation fuel, and the crude oil. Now, we actually have around 2 tons to play with. Oh, see, look, the weight of that one is not quite there, is it? We might just squeeze it. Do we do it? Do we click it? See what happens? Oh, I'll have to start again. We might just get away with this. And that is the medium one, is it? Yes, it is! We now have more armor! Nice, we have a girthy front. Alrighty, let's save that. And the attribute sum is not that much better. But I prefer it. I've made it. I know what it is. So those are the tanks that we're going to be playing with as best as we possibly can. Where we stand on in various bits, we need more reputation, so we'll be building the buildings that we can get hold of to be able to do that. There they are building, not the main, so it's the lobbying office, I believe. We need to hire more people, we need the research to do things, we need to initiate more contracts, and we need to build more tanks. All of this is going to be happening. Hopefully we can get some early money in with this very contract. 52 tanks, and we should get a damn load of cash for it, which is nice. Hello, valued viewers. Sorry for the interruption, but if you could just spend that 2 seconds to click that like button somewhere down at the bottom, that will go a long way to helping me out. Thank you. Around 1 million. Oh no, I've just realised. I think they wanted Hornets. Well, never mind, we've built that. Other contracts that they want the Fusillade. They want a Vanguard, they want another Vanguard, and they want more Vanguard. So just to see what's going on, our best Vanguard one is this, which is one that we haven't touched. And the score that they give that is 1,278, whereas the one that we have designed but not built, oh, we can't even bloody test the damn thing yet. Damn. Well, it was a lot better than this one, and that gets a higher score, so we're going to go for the better one, as I would like Britain to dominate everything. It also means our engineers have less things to engineer, as it will be on all the one design. This will satisfy their need for a Vanguard and a Fusillade. I'm not going to be doing one of each, that's just annoying. So let's pass some time. And straight away, France is in there with Era 2 military doctrine. What that means, I don't bloody know. Era, interwar era, that probably means they have better things to come. Currently their tanks consist of that piece of shit, these, which were pretty good, and them, which is another piece of shit. So currently not much competition. Oh good, the British Empire accepted that contract. Bloody hell, it is a bloody good job because I'm building the damn things now. And Britain has now entered the Era 2 military doctrine, so their things might be changing as well. Our resources from Oceania will be delayed. Some of them have just magically arrived. And where was that from? Not Oceania, that would be Africa then. So with the new bits you can get line 1 and line 2, so you can order from 2 different areas. Ooh, hey up. They don't have the resources yet. Oh no! So what I did last time in the last playthrough was I ordered from Africa, got the order, and then got more orders straight away back in. But now it looks like you're going to have to wait for the resources to build back up again. I wonder if it's a monthly thing. I'm going to wait until maybe the 10th of next... I'll give it a month and I'll see what happens. If I can save a fortune on the resources, I'll be a rich man. Oh, what have I done? Oh, I've built something. What is that? I don't know what's going on. I've built something else. I don't know what that was. I think it was to do with this. Oh, it's gotta be. There we go. Maintenance office. That's still upgrading. Nice. And then there was a lobbying office, which I would like to upgrade further, as this will increase the monthly reputation for all countries. Yes, upgrade that to tier 2 immediately, please. That, in the long run, will save me a bloody lot. And then we have the admin council. This reduces the maintenance cost for all buildings, and the reduction for the bank loans and stuff. Yes, that will pay for itself. Let's get that done. So we're already going to be saving money. Oh dear. A new Fusillade tank codenamed Artemis Mark III. Great. I jolly hope that that does not contain new technology from the interwar period, because currently I cannot keep up with that, and that will really piss me off. And another one. What? Economical mail tank? Are you mad? Codenamed Janus Mark I. What is that? I'm gonna have to find out. New resources have arrived, and now it's the first. Some resources have been made available again. Alright, well, I'll do it in bits. I'll order enough for 1 tank. Oceania. Oh, they've got a bit more. They were pretty cheap as well. So we'll go for as many as we can get hold of. There we go, that'll have to do. We're just going to have to keep doing that. Getting bits. Or we're going to be bankrupt before you know what hit you. The French have just introduced interwar heavy artillery. That's going to be good for the French. Lobbying office has been upgraded. There was another one as well. Facility upgrade admin council. Flipping that quick. Where did that go? That was this one. What's that do? Oh, that saves us money on maintenance. Yes. Because currently, well, we were spending nearly 200,000 and now it's gone down to roughly 173. And we are still upgrading the new maintenance office. One thing we need to look at, which I nearly forgot about, we have built 30 whippets. Am I going to have to ship them off in 2 loads? I don't know. We're going to have a look at that now. Okie dokie. Well, we've got this. We have 30 of them in stock. Currently, and this is the time that it will take to get there. So what is going to be the cheapest? Price per unit. These. Ryder and Co. That is dirt cheap. Now, we are not rushed and their capacity is 30. They can take all the ones that I have built now. That sounds wonderful. Let's get them shifted. Then most of them will be gone, done and dusted. Army Corps has been introduced to World War I armoured car, and that is Sweden, so they're behind the times. It's also been another month or so. I can now hire more people. I need 15 people in that one at least to boost that to the maximum. And I 100% need more engineers. They've got a lot of things they need to be doing. All of this stuff in here. There we go. This machine gun, for example, takes a bloody long time. I can now up that to the maximum. So things in there should get done a little bit quicker. I still need 35 more. In the production hall, we can now max out the factory line number 1 to a maximum of 400 people. Further reducing the construction time of this. Technically, I could hire another 400 people and have 2 production lines going off at the same time. I don't want to do that because all those workers require paying, and I don't know what the contract situation is going to be like a little bit down the road. Well, speaking of which, Serbia announces a new contract for 13 tanks, and they would like the Nest Buster tank. What is that one? Wasn't that one of the French ones? Yes, it was. It was this one. Do we have something that can shaft that out of the sky? It's only for 13 of them. And they would like a tank generally weighing 38 tons. That sounds like a Vanguard and quite protected firepower, hard and soft. Quite, well, not really that reliable, I don't think. Let's see what we've got currently. These designs that we were given at the start of the game on the Era 2 have actually been quite useful. If I go for the land battleship... Ah, see, look, this is what you're going to compete against. Desired money. So that is what they are willing really to pay, ideally. So are we not better off with, say, a Hornet? No, they don't like that. Okay. They don't like that. The battleship is good, so I'm thinking more Vanguardish. I don't think they'll be after the Whippet. Oh, good heavens, no. Vanguard. That's going to be the one. That's still damn expensive. See, this is the battleship one. They're not too keen on the weight, but everything else they get wetter than Thames Estuary. That one, they're not so fanable of the mobility and the crew performance, but the weight is better. And it still has a decent enough gun on it. Now, what will take a little bit less time is this one to build for me. And it's slightly cheaper. So because it's only the Spanish, and I don't really care, that's what they're going to get given. Now I can maximize this up to a total of 20, but really to get the most out of this, I need to have the maximum cash available out of it. Now you're probably thinking, flipping heck, 35 grand, and it's going to cost you 30 grand to make it. No, it's not. That is based on the highest prices on the market, and I am only going to be purchasing, if I can help it, the cheap resources, so it will be half of that if I can keep it up. So in that case, we're talking, we take 11-12 grand off that, and you'll be looking at around 16,000-ish per tank, so we'll be making around 15,000-ish per tank, if not a little bit more. Give it a little bit of leeway, and I'll be happy with that. Now, I strongly doubt that the opposing contractors are going to have a better score than that, so I'm not going to spend money on finding out exactly what that is. I am going to have it at the maximum delayed time, just because I don't know if I'm going to be able to get them there at a time, but that will have to do. Well, that's my offer. Army grows stronger. The British Empire has now done a interwar combat engineers. That sounds wonderful. Something got delayed. Where did that go? Oh, here we go. Tank delivery delayed. That's fine. I'm happy with it. Doesn't matter. Oh, they've accepted that offer. Nice. Flipping heck. Okay, I didn't actually expect that to happen immediately. So I have 128 days to build and send off 20 of them. The Mark V Heavy Vanguard. Not a design I've made, but it's a pre-made one, and I'll be happy with that. What I am going to do is remove one person from this line and put it on there, just to see if it'll let me do it. Or maybe I'll just bung them back on there, be right. So I need 20 of these for a contract. And that's good, I have the resources to do just that. It's saying that the resource cost is going to be that, but it's not. We can assign... Oh, hang on. There we go. We can now assign that one person to do this. Oh, jeez. We'll take 200... No. Flipping heck. 23,000 days. Somebody get a calculator. How many years is that? 23,565. That's one man doing it. That's ridiculous. Well, we'll get him started. Oh no. I could hire more, but at the moment I don't see that I should. The other contract will be done well in time, and then I can move all those workers onto that new contract. Now, until I get another one, I don't see the point. The Greece Armed Forces now has rearmed its World War I infantry with horses. Excellent. They're going to get murdered. And finally, we have engineered the new machine gun, the Vickers. So that is one bit down. Flipping out. That used to take seconds before, like 3 days, and now it's ridiculous. Oh, we better get the cannon out of the way. Where did that go? Here it is. We'll get that done. A little bit quicker now. 20 days. Not so bad. And the other one I want to get sorted is that power unit, the Ricardo I-16. We're going to get that battleship built. One man on their own is going to take 698 days. Call that 2 years. And what is this? British High Commanders today announced new tests are being put underway for a tropical tank able to function under the harsh conditions of India and South America. Amongst the ones present, the Vickers #1 and 2 is of particular interest. Resembling a small Mark tank with a domed turret, Vickers has made many peculiar design decisions. Armed with a 3-pounder main gun and a water-cooled engine, it is specifically designed to hunt other tanks, making it the first of its kind. Vickers has already declared the only good way to destroy a tank is with another tank. Okay. Bollocks. Oh, well, here we go. Another tank. What's it? They would like an assault tank. That, I believe, is more like the A7B. Have a look, see. Ah, what a guess. There we go. So they would like lots of them. They want protection over most things. Looking at our current tank designs, it does not look like we're gonna get this one. They're not happy with any of it. The protection is just not good enough. Even on the land battleship, the one that they're not too bad about is the frigate. I believe that is because of the sheer number of machine gun on it. But there's no way I'm going to be able to compete with that. Or am I? See, I don't want to just make a little bit of money. But I mean, just doing, even if I don't make much money on it, the reputation gain alone to just do all of these contracts is massive. So then you get so many more contracts down the line. Just getting your foot in the door, man. Do I spend 60,000 just to see if... No, I'm not gonna. I will see if I can... and how long is that even going to take me to build? Do I have the resources for that? Do I reduce the number? These are all questions I'd love to know. We already have these resources allocated for the other one. How many do I have for this? That's a jolly good question. Can I have a look? It won't let me test. Well, the main ones here, iron, 1,000 of. I've got enough of that. Medium carbon steel, I've got enough of that. Rubber, definitely got enough. High carbon steel, pretty much. I've got more on the way. I am going to do it. I'm going to put a contract in for this. I'm only going to go for 24 though, and I'm going to extend the time. Yeah, definitely. I don't want to spend the 60,000 on finding out what the score is, but I'm going to do it, because if I remember what it is, it'll be good. Oh, I've got more wriggle room than what I thought. 274. Nice. Okay. In that case, I might actually be able to make a little bit of money on it then. We'll go for 311. That's significantly higher. And I will up the tanks. I just need to get the resources in then. A little bit risky, but I reckon we'll be fine. Got more resources on the way. If needs be, I can buy the little bit more expensive ones. I'm going to get a paycheck as soon as these other ones are done and sent on the way. We're getting there. There you go, that's 30 of them done already. 8 days until more of them are finished. Our maintenance focus should now be reduced. Yes, we are now saving about 25,000 a month now just on the building maintenance, reducing as much as what we have managed to get it down. And they have accepted that contract. Nice. There's actually quite a few more contracts in this, which is lovely. New resources have arrived. I better make sure I have enough. Bear in mind, I do have time, really. Currently, Africa is a little bit shafted. They do not have the iron. But what I could do, I could acquire the medium carbon steel from there, because they've got a lot of it. So this is where you can get a little bit shifty with it. Iron, for example, in Oceania is cheap. In Middle East, it's not too bad either, and neither in North America. A high carbon steel, though. Yeah, that's going to be probably one of the biggest problems. Well, it was these. 36 of these is what we needed. So this is all the resources that we need. As you can see, iron is the biggest one, and carbon steel. If I can get a load of iron from North America, that might work. Africa is done pretty much. The best price for the medium carbon steel is Africa and Oceania. Asia's not bad either, but the iron is a little bit high, but the rubber is good. See, the rubber from Oceania is actually more expensive. So you've just got to toy around, really, and figure out what you want to do. I mean, really, you could go to one and get all the iron from there and something else, and then go to a different one and just get all of your high carbon steel and your rubber from there. Asia, for example, the rubber is cheap and they have a large amount of resources. Well, it would appear that the Middle East is probably going to be my best bet at the moment. At least for some of it. The rubber is the same price there, so I can get all the rubber from the Middle East straight away. Biggest one is going to be the iron. I need so much of it. Medium carbon steel, I can't get enough of that from Oceania or Africa, but maybe on the next run. I'm just going to have to do a chunk from the Middle East. Now this is saying I can click that button. No, it won't let me do it. So I've worked out that I'm going to need... I'll get a chunk of it from the... I'm just going to have to go for an expensive run here, aren't I? We have to go for a chunk of expensive one just so that we can fulfill the orders. Unfortunate, but it's tough. We need it. To be fair, we're still going to make money on it anyway. I just want more. Oh my god, a war has begun. Already? So, a campaign in southern Denmark between Norway and Denmark has started. Oh, and Norway has the tanks. Flipping heck. So in this engagement there will be the Danish infantry, which is hard to say. I think it's just World War I infantry, must be at this stage. They are armed with grenades and they have horse transport. The Norwegians, they have more military overall, and they are deploying infantry, which is a low strength, also with the... Oh no. That is not a grenade. That is a big game rifle. Never heard of that one. But then we have the horse transport as well. But the biggest thing is that they are employing 10 tanks. Machine gun based, so they'll probably shred the enemy infantry. Don't know how reliable they are. I don't really know that much about them, but we can have as best a gander as possible. So here it is. Norway is invading southern Denmark. And yes, this is the state of the current Norwegian army. Many of them are shattered. Oh, hang on. Denmark only has southern Denmark. What? And Sweden has occupied Zealand, which is the other part of Denmark. So this might eliminate Denmark from the entire bloody game. Well, that's no good, is it? Bloody hell. Well, on that note, I'm going to leave it there. It's been long enough, I reckon. You know the score, what's happening, the situation, the plan, what we're going to try and do, the technologies that we are researching, and just how we're going to get money. Money is the big thing. We're going to try and really ramp up these contracts as best as possible. Fly through the research as much as we possibly can. Money is the main thing, though. I can't go mad until we're getting more income. We need more engineers, more people in production, but again, we need more people first. Let's just satisfy these contracts, and hopefully these wars will pay us millions. See you next time. Thank you for watching this video all the way through. Hopefully, if you have, if you can like the video too, that helps as well. A special thank you to all of the members of the channel who get lovely benefits of up to 2 weeks worth of additional content early. Isn't that right lovely? Now the next video, if it's available, will be on the screen right now to the bottom left, and the full playlist to the bottom right. Have a good one.